One day my parents reluctantly left me alone at home. They said it was only for a few hours, but as I watched their car disappear into the distance, I was overcome by a feeling of anxiety. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows and casting eerie shadows on the walls. I tried to distract myself with the help of the TV. Baseball was on TV, I think. And then I heard it. A faint sound, like the muffled sound of laughter. After a second, the laughter became louder, clearer. It sent shivers down my spine and a cold sweat broke out on my forehead. I walked slowly down the corridor, my heart pounding in my chest. The laughter seemed to come from the depths of the corridor, and with every step my fear increased. Finally I reached the door of my parents' bedroom. Flickering light poured from inside, casting an eerie glow on the corridor floor. When I looked inside, my blood froze in my veins. There, in the center of the room, stood a clown. On his painted face there was an expression similar to that of a madman. The once cheerful colors are now distorted and dimmed. His eyes, hollow and empty, looked at me with such intensity that a shiver ran down my spine. He was holding a deflated balloon in his hand. I recoiled, my mind unable to comprehend the horror before me. But the clown wasn't content with just scaring me. He was moving, his every step was calculated and deliberate, shortening the distance between us. His laughter echoed through the house, a laugh that pierced my eardrums. That laugh froze my blood in my veins. Fear paralyzed my body. I turned and ran as fast as I could. But no matter how fast I ran, it seemed to me that the clown was always just one step behind. His haunting laughter echoed in my ears. Rushing into my room, I slammed the door, hoping to find refuge within its walls. But the laughter continued, getting louder and more manic. Shadows danced on the walls, twisted figures that seemed to mock my fear. I was looking for a way to escape, my hands were shaking as I fumbled with the window latch. With a final burst of adrenaline, I threw open the window and climbed onto the ledge, my heart pounding in my chest. From the edge of the roof, I looked back at my house, at the room that had turned into a room of horror. And there, in the dark, I saw a clown. His eyes shone like a madman ''s. He was standing at my window, his crooked smile lit up by a flash of lightning. When lightning lit up his sinister grin, a shiver ran down my spine. The clown's eyes met mine, and I felt his gaze penetrate right into my soul. Rushing into my room, I slammed the door, hoping to find refuge within its walls. But the laughter continued, getting louder and more manic. At that moment I realized that I couldn't run away from him. It was like a perverted game, he really enjoyed it. I was standing on the roof, I had nowhere to run. He was getting closer and closer. I have never felt such fear. I was trembling all over, but the clown only got pleasure from it. He purposely walked as slowly as possible. Realizing that I had nowhere to go. I had only one way out: to duck from the roof. The probability of survival was extremely small. But she was. Without thinking twice, I pushed off with 2 legs and jumped. At the same moment, someone grabbed my jacket. I was screaming like a madman. But when I turned my head, I saw my father. He pulled me out of the roof, and in a frightened voice asked me what happened. But I couldn't say a word.
There was an inscription on the clown's balloon. It said, "Like and subscribe."